Coming up tonight on SLU News 22.
An immigrant action.
Marc Lamount Hill comes to SLU.
An embargo's end.
Stepanovich nets a double-double.
Plus, national news and weather. Live from the Busch Student Center, this is SLU News 22.
Good evening. I'm Gabriel J. Gollub.
And I'm Valerie Carrizales.
Thank you for joining us this evening. 15-year-old British girl Amira Abbas told her father she was going to a wedding. Instead, she hopped on a plane with two friends, 15-year-old Shamia Begum and 16-year-old Kazaya Sutlana, to Turkey. Police fear they are heading to Syria to join ISIS. 6 days ago, the trio ran away from home and flew from London to Istanbul. It is unclear where the girls are now, but authorities worry their next stop will be Syria. The notion that the three girls from London could succumb to the lure of ISIS highlights the terror group's aptitude for recruiting young foreigners. British Prime Minister David Cameron said that the case illustrates the need to fight ISIS on multiple levels. Police say they are concerned about the number of young women and girls who are either hoping to or have already joined ISIS. While they wouldn't divulge numbers, they say it's a growing trend.
Republicans who control both houses of Congress are seeking to defund the Department of Homeland Security by not passing an emergency spending measure to keep the agency funded. The major sticking point between the GOP and President Obama is the president's plan to protect undocumented immigrants. If a bill cannot be passed by Friday, a partial government shutdown will occur, limiting the response of Homeland Security, FEMA, and Border Patrol, since all those agencies would lose funding as well.
Chief Meteorologist Bobby Stilwell is in the Weather Center with our first forecast. So, Bobby, what are we looking at coming up this week?
Well, you know, Gabe, this week has been cold, and it's going to keep being cold. Right now across the area, we have 17 here downtown, 17 up in Alton, 14 out in Highland, 21 in Belleville, and the highest temperature is down in Waterloo at 25, and that's under partly cloudy skies all across the area. For tonight, we're going to get down to 9 here with partly cloudy skies. Because we're so cold, we have light winds. The wind chill is going to be around 7, and if they pick up, it could be brutal out there. So you definitely bundle up if you're going out. The weather story, tomorrow is going to be the warmest day of the week, and cold, cold, cold into the weekend. And I'll be back with more later. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bobby. The Nigerian army has retaken Baga from Boko Haram, an Islamic terrorist group. Nigeria claims that many militants were killed in the attack, but this information is yet to be verified. Baga, a city northeastern Nigeria, has been held by the group since January 3rd. Boko Haram, which controls much of the northeastern portions of the country, has killed thousands of people in its drive to establish an Islamic state.
Soon after Graham Moore took home an Academy Award Sunday for his adapted screenplay of The Imitation Game, gay rights advocate delivered a petition to the British government, calling for officials to pardon the thousands of men who were prosecuted under England's anti-sodomy law. In The Imitation Game, a gay mathematician, Alan Turing, broke the Nazi Enigma code during World War II. Turing was prosecuted under England's anti-sodomy law. Stars of the movie, Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley, both signed the petition, along with over 500,000 people. Graham Moore said that Turing's treatment at the hands of his country was, quote, the most unfair thing he had ever seen, end quote.
Coming up next, your SLU area news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. All CSOs should have incoming executive board members selected by March 1st. Additionally, all CSO budgets are due via SLU groups on March 2nd. For questions, please visit sga.slu.edu or email the SGA Vice President of Finance, J. Sul Patel, at sga.finance@slu.edu.
Journalist, author, and Morehouse professor Dr. Marc Lamount Hill will be the Black History Month keynote speaker at a special event on Wednesday, February 25th at the Center of Global Citizenship at 7 p.m. Dr. Hill is the host of the HuffPost Live and the political contributor for CNN will discuss the state of the Black community, in the light of the death of Mike Brown and the challenges America faces in post-Obama era. For more information, please contact the Black Student Alliance at bsa@slu.edu.
As part of the ongoing efforts at Chaffetz Arena, the SLU men's basketball game against George Mason University Saturday, February 28th, has officially been named the Green Game. St. Louis University, in conjunction with Global Spectrum, operators of Chaffetz Arena and Seduxo, concessionaires for the arena, are participating in the National Recyclemania competition. And the highlights of the Green Game include the pregame happy hour beginning at 4 p.m., promoting sustainable local food and beverage providers, and in-game recycling collections. Tickets to see the Billikens take on George Mason are available at www.slubillikens.com or at the Chaffetz Arena box office.
Senator Claire McCaskill, a Missouri Democrat, wants to end a trade embargo in Cuba. This move will be met with heavy resistance from Republicans on Capitol Hill. McCaskill believes that it will be a complicated process to normalize relations with Cuba, but ending the embargo will be worth doing. A large benefit will go to Missouri farmers, ranchers, and for Cubans. President Obama called for Congress to end the embargo in his State of the Union speech last month. Missouri has been one of the most ambitious states towards prospective Cuban trade since Obama's November normalization announcement. McCaskill was shocked by the amount of affection that Cuban people have for America. Most of them are excited about having a normal relationship with the United States.
Today, the Missouri Senate debates the possibility of legalizing medical marijuana. State Representative Dave Hinson has presented the bill HB 800 to begin a framework for the growing and distribution of marijuana for potential patients. Hinson ensures the process will be heavily regulated. Patients will receive 2.5 ounces over 2-week periods and are not permitted to grow their own plants. Montel Williams, a talk show host who suffers from multiple sclerosis, has traveled the country to show his support for medical marijuana and is planning to testify for the bill in front of the state Senate.
St. Louis University's Center for Global Citizenship has been honored with the Invitation Award in the Internationalization by the Association of International Education. The award highlights exceptional programs, projects, or initiatives aimed at advancing internationalization and directed by senior international officers on their respective campuses.
Coming up next, your Workweek forecast. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Meteorologist Bobby Stilwell is here with our extended forecast. So, Bob, what are we going to look forward to going up in the week?
Well, you know, it's going to be warm tomorrow, but going into the weekend, I don't really like what I'm seeing right now. And not many other people are going to like it either. Right now here at SLU, it is 17 degrees under partly cloudy skies. The dew point is -1, giving us humidity of 46%. Winds are light, and we have extremely high pressure. And that, right now, is because of this high pressure system that's parked right over the top of Springfield. It has been moving down from Iowa throughout the week, but it's going to put some control, and that's why we're getting the cold air blast. As you can see right here, right there, we have cold air out over the Great Plains right now, and that's going to push towards St. Louis into the week ahead. So right now, tonight we're going to get down to 9 degrees, partly cloudy skies, cold for sure, light winds, and any wind is going to make that wind chill bitterly cold. So definitely bundle up. Going into tomorrow, we have 30. We're going to get up to 30 by 4 p.m., partly cloudy skies again, and that northeast wind is going to be brutal as well tomorrow. And looking ahead to the 5-day, tomorrow, by far, is the warmest day this week. You've got 30 for the high, and then here comes the cold air. You then get 24 on Wednesday, 19 on Thursday. It's really going to be cold.
Well, I'm glad I've got myself a new warm jacket. So thanks a lot, Bobby. Up next, we're going to take a look into the world of sports and entertainment. Don't go away. Welcome back. The 2015 Oscars on Sunday were hosted by How I Met Your Mother star Neil Patrick Harris as he kicked off the ceremony with a opening song about the wonders of motion pictures, featuring Anna Kendrick, Jack Black, and dancing stormtroopers. The opening number had a lyric, "I hope someone pulls a Kanye West." Harris's opening number had a couple of laughs from the audience, but after that, many of Harris's jokes did not get many laughs. Despite Harris's failed jokes, were a couple of memorable moments during the show, such as a performance from Lady Gaga and her rendition of The Sound of Music, and rapper Common and singer John Legend performing their song Gloria from the movie Selva, which left actor David Oloyo with tears streaming down his face. Shortly after their performance, the duo won the Oscar for Best Song. Other Oscar winners include the movie Birdman, winning 4 Oscars for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Director, and Best Cinematography. Eddie Redmayne from The Theory of Everything won Best Actor. Julianne Moore from Still Alice also won Best Actress.
More rumors are emerging that Apple will turn their attention to the roads. Reports have been made that Apple has been hiring engineers from electric car makers like Tesla. Bloomberg's claimed Apple wants to have a car in production by 2020. Even people who have been doubtful are suddenly changing their minds. Raymer believes Apple's experience making desirable consumer products could give them a unique advantage as the future of cars evolves.
SLU men's basketball team was in action on Sunday in a come-from-behind victory over LaSalle and an overtime 68-64 conference victory with the help from Deval Roby and Mike Crawford, who combined for 26 second-half points. Ashokupa scored 13 points while Malik Yarborough had a game-high 7 rebounds. St. Louis outscored LaSalle 17-8 over the final 2 minutes of regulation play and overtime, which led to the Billikens' victory. The win snapped a 4-game losing streak for the Bills, who are now 11-16 on the season and 3-11 in conference play. The Billikens continue the Billikens are home to continue the winning streak when they travel to play Pittsburgh. They travel to Pittsburgh to take on Duquesne. Wednesday, February 25th. Tip-off is at 6.
The St. Louis Billikens women basketball dominated George Mason 82 points to 59 points on Saturday in front of a record crowd of 7,187 fans at the Chaifetz Arena. The Atlantic 10 Conference Player of the Week, center Sadie Stepanovich, scored her 5th career double-double with a career-high 35 points and 10 rebounds. Guard Jackie Kemp scored 13 points and Jamisa Price scored 14 points. The backcourt duo dished out 6 assists each, with only 1 turnover between them. The only 2 games remaining in the season, the Billikens are currently in 7th place in the conference. SLU travels to Rhode Island Thursday, February 26th with a 6 o'clock tip-off before hosting Dayton, who are the 2nd in the Atlantic 10 Conference, Sunday, March 1st.
More than 2 years after nearly washing out of NASCAR's top rides, Joey Logano won the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Logano took the lead on a 2-lap sprint to the finish and had a commanding lead when a wreck behind him brought out a caution that allowed him to cross the finish line. Logano, who is 24 years old, became the 2nd youngest person to win the race. The youngest to win the race was 20-year-old Trevor Bayne in 2011. Logano gave Team Penske their 2nd win in the Daytona 500 since 2008. He won $1.58 million for his first place finish, and he said after the race, quote, "I can't explain how cool this is. It feels just like the way you dream it. This is better than Disney World," end quote.
The St. Louis Blues fell to the Penguins 4-2 on Saturday after a decisive Blues won on Friday, beating Boston 5-1. In the other 2 home games against Dallas on Tuesday and Pittsburgh on Saturday, they trailed by 4 goals before scoring but were unable to pull out the win. The Blues had the chance to pull within 3 games of the Western Conference, leading Nashville, and now they are 7 games behind the Predators. The Blues head coach Ken Hitchcock said after the tough loss, quote, "This is a real eye-opener. A lesson on how we deal with this is going to determine the next level that we can get to," end quote. The Blues hope to turn it around on Tuesday when they face the Montreal Canadiens. Tip-off is at 7.
Well, so Bob, it's going to be cold this week, you say, right?
Yeah, it's really cold. Tomorrow is going to be the warmest day, and it's just going to go colder from there. As you can see, the coldest day of the week is going to be Friday, and we're going to get down to 8 overnight on Friday night. So it's really going to be cold out there. Definitely bundle up if you're heading out.
Good. Yeah, so it's a shame it's going to be so cold, but I guess we'll get used to it.
Yeah, we will. It's St. Louis, so.
Winter's finally come, so.
It has.
Just give it 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Well, that's our show for the night. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget, you can always get the latest movie reviews and news online at slutv.slu.edu. Or you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back here at the same time next week, 6 p.m. Have a good week.